Hey guys, TGIF. It's Friday, April 15th, I think, 2016. This is log number 3 of what I'm calling the Magical Mystery Tour, the Weeping Book. So I'll recap what we found out yesterday. First and foremost, you guys are going to see a lot of me pre-workout because it's the only time I break from work. So I apologize for this, all of the spandex. But it is what it is. I hope everybody had a great week, and let's see what's in store for us today. So let's recap a little. I wrote down some notes from what we found out yesterday. On August 6th, he had to put Buster down. On August 30th, he traveled to London, well, not London, England, to stay with the McGregors. Mr. McGregor is a professor at the university. Mrs. McGregor is a nurse. They have a son, William, who's away, and he's 5 years older than our guy, Daniel. On September 2nd, the McGregors take him around the town to see the school that he'll be attending. And he has a very weird, he notes how old things are, and says that he has a very weird feeling, says he feels like he's being watched, and he notes that he had a dream, a very weird dream, but he can't remember what it was about. So that's what we know from yesterday. We're on September 3rd, and just like yesterday, I'm going to do as many entries are approximately in 5 pages, so let's see what we got. Page. September 3rd. First day at school. I'm in Mrs. Graves' class, and she introduced me to the class. We read the story, The Telltale Heart. How awesome, Edgar Allan Poe. And we talked about what it meant. Then we had lunch, and I met some of the other kids. One kid, David, has a cast on his leg and says he's watched Ghostbusters about 100 times. I believe it. After lunch, we played soccer, but I didn't score any goals. There's so much to tell you, diary, but I've still got jet lag, I think. I'm going to bed. Bad dream. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget. It was in an old town like here, but really old, way back in the past. People wore funny clothes and talked weird, and the buildings were smaller. I was walking down the street with Buster and Mom, but then I looked around and my mom wasn't there. But there was this old lady, and she didn't like me, and she pointed at Buster and said some words I didn't understand. But when I looked back at Buster, he was, we don't know what he was. There's a drawing of a bird, mockingbird maybe, and some buildings that are real close together. And then there's 2 pages missing, so we don't know what Buster was. And that picks up on September 9th. I don't know if I like it here. I miss Mom. The McGregors are nice, but some of the kids at school are kind of mean. They make jokes I don't understand, and they laugh at me if I spell something wrong and look at me like I'm stupid. I'm not stupid because I don't laugh at their dumb jokes. I went for a walk after dinner, but it's all foggy and misty and you can't really see. I got a bit lost because the houses look the same, but I eventually found my way back. The dreams are making it hard to sleep. I feel like I'm tired all the time. And there's still runes throughout, and it looks like they're the same ones, they're repeated. September 10th. More school. I don't think I'm one of Miss Graves' favorite students. I gave my presentation, but she just frowned at me the whole time and said, good, very good, like she didn't mean it. I feel very lonely and I'm good at soccer. I feel very lonely and I'm no good at soccer at all. Tomorrow we're going on a field trip to Pendle Hill, which they say used to have witches. I bet the Ghostbusters would handle witches no problem. September 19th. I'm going home. I don't really remember all of what happened, but I'm going to piece it all together, trying to piece it all together here. We took the bus to Pendle Hill. David was cracking jokes about swinging witches, but I wasn't into it, and I had a bad headache, just splitting. I remember the tour guide met us at the bus and showed us around, talking about the witch trials, but my head was hurting, and I don't really remember too much. We ended up at the church, and the guide said we could have some free time to explore before meeting up for lunch. But this time, my head was splitting, so I just found a little wall made of dark stones and sat down. I kept hearing people talking to me, but nobody was around. And then I walked a little and found this piece of metal, maybe an old coin or something. It had these weird designs on it, and then I guess I blacked out. Okay, so that has to be this. And I know you guys couldn't see it very well. I don't know if I can show it to you very well, but I'm gonna try so it doesn't get blurry. This is what he was talking about, I have to assume. I don't know what happened, but they said when they found me, I was yelling about Knowles, and then I fainted and wouldn't wake up, so they took me to the hospital. That was the last Tuesday, and they say I didn't wake up until this morning. Okay, I was wondering why I went from the 10th to the 19th, so it's actually been a week, okay. Mom was there. I guess the doctor said it was exhaustion, but Mom freaked out and got on a plane, so she'd be here by the time I woke up. I don't know what happened either, but I'm tired and scared all the time now, and I don't want to be here anymore. All right, so more sigils in black ink. There's this, which is actually this. And there's this, which looks like hanging witches. This is getting good. Oh, this is getting really good because I have to show you this. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. Okay, that's what it's looked like all along. Then I'm going to show you this. That's different handwriting. So let's see what it says. Poor Jeanette is still swanning after that Noel boy like he's her soulmate. I see her following him in the market, trying to get his notice. Yes, he's handsome, but the handsome boys who know they are handsome are not always the right boys. I tried to tell her this, but what young girl ever listens to her old Graham? It just breaks my heart to see her so sad. Lord, that girl can wail, and she's a device through and through. Maybe her old Graham can help her. If she's hell-bent on this boy, we know a recipe or two. Yes, we do. I found some lovely white clover in the forest, and Elizabeth has still got that bit of silver from the peddler. This Noel boy may think he is an awful special being. This Noel boy may think he's awful special, being he's the magistrate's son, but even special boys can have their hearts change. Yes, they can. I will talk with Elizabeth about it. Wow, okay, so that was someone else, and he must have been spirit writing, and it's a grandmother of Elizabeth, I think. Nope, Jeanette. Grandmother of Jeanette, and she has an acquaintance or a friend or family member named Elizabeth. All right, now it skips to September 23rd, and this is back in Daniel's handwriting. Slightly nicer, actually. Well, we're back. The flight back seemed to take twice as long as the flight there, even with Mom to talk to. I know she's worried about me, but I don't know what to tell her. I have a doctor's appointment in a few days, but what are they going to say different than the doctors in England? They gave me some drugs to help me sleep. They just make me groggy, and they don't stop the dreams. I keep having the same dream. Not the same exactly, but they're all in the same place, like the one I wrote about before. They always have the weird old lady that yells at me, except now there's crows fluttering around her. And then I wake up feeling like death, and there's a magpie staring at me through my bedroom window. And there's actually a drawing of the magpie in the window. September 25th. Went to the doctor today. He asked me a bunch of questions and gave me an x-ray and gave me more pills. I didn't tell him about the dreams. What could I say? There's some weird glowing lady who comes for me night after night, and she's always screaming at me like she hates me. Maybe I should tell him that I was walking down the street yesterday and a bus went by and I saw her in it, staring at me. If I told him that, he'd think I was going crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm just tired. I don't think the pills are helping. Okay, and that was our 5 pages. So, to be continued. This is getting so good. I'll make notes and I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great Friday and see you this weekend.